Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to patch 6.3. Yes, so we're going to be starting this patch off with Deathlok because he is the character that's being released on the patch release here. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be unlocking him with power cores because I've been saving up for him, and then we're going to gear him up, and we're going to pull red stars, of course, as well. And we're going to be running him in Doom 2.2. Now, I know that that's not super exciting for people because Doom 3 is out now. Unfortunately, one of my alliance captains did launch Doom 2 by accident this morning. I said not to, but they forgot. And so that might give us a good idea of running this new team with Deathlok, Vision, and Iron Man, because I have them all built up. We're going to talk about the T4s in Iron Man and Vision that you need right now as well. And then we're going to take Deathlok up, and we're going to take the three of them with certain characters into Doom Raid Tech 2.2 and see how they go, and just to give us an idea. Now, and that'll give me an idea of whether or not I can even use the three of them in Doom Raid 3 at all. I know that there's going to be videos coming, and I'll be having some Doom Raid 3 content in the days ahead as well. So without further ado, let's get this show started. So to start, I mean, I guess we're going to do the red stars. He's in there. There's also his orb available, the Total Destruction Orb. For those of you who don't know, Deathlok is going to be available through the August month-long event. So I just want to make that very clear. Vision is also going to be the event campaign character, so that's good. So 2 characters of Bionic Avengers are going to be available through an event. We don't know about Hulkbuster. Most likely, probably some sort of August-long, milestone event is what I'm going to assume. So, I don't know which orbs to pull first, actually, because I don't know what I need better luck for. I don't know. Do I need to, I have so many of these milestone orbs. I know that seed theory's not a thing, but, if I get a gold pull in here, which I did, I think I'm gonna go for red stars first, I think. So, because I'm pulling early, and I know that I might be able to get 180 shards through the event, I would like to do what I did with Mighty Thor, and if I can get 130 shards from the cores, then that'll give me 310 and a 5-star. So I do want a 5-star on this character, but I do want to save some of the 5-stars orbs for Viv, because she is an event campaign character, which means there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get these characters to 5-star. So I'll pull 3 of these, and then we'll go to 4 after if we need to. So let's start off. That's not Viv, but that's an Ironheart. Apparently that's an upgrade. Maybe we'll get some use out of that in the future. We do have 5 more, so we'll pull 3 more, actually, and see if we get any luck. Aim Infector, that is not it. That's not it. Come on. Oh, fuck! That's an upgrade, but not what I wanted. Damn it, Wasp. God damn. Okay, 1 more. Oh, another gold! Damn it! No way! Oh, fuck off. Okay, so I have a 7 red Scarlet Witch. So that was a bit of a kick in the teeth there. Did get some Elite 6s there, though. Okay. Well, we have a lot of 4s. We have like 29 4s. So maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a 5 instead of a 4. But we do need... maybe I should have checked to make sure Deathlok's in there. Let's, he is in there, right? Just because sometimes they fuck us around at the start. Okay, he is in there. 15%. Alright, come on. Give me a 5. I'll take a 4, I guess, but really I would have liked a 5. Not yet. I've been... Okay, wow. Because normally I have some really good luck, and it feels like I'm getting screwed for Deathlok. The one time that I really need a red star, and I really want a red star, they're screwing me a little bit. That's a dupe. Everything's going to be a dupe, really. Unless it's like a gold drop. Come on. Come on. Did I kill my luck on those other drops? That's what it sounds like. I might go back to a 5, actually, in a couple pulls if... Oh, we got a 5! Okay, that's good, actually. Because now I don't have to use the 5s. That was good. That was okay. How many did I burn? 6 or 7. Maybe 7 of them? I had like 28, I think. And then I pulled 3 or 4 of the 5s. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so let's go back over to... Hopefully, we don't get screwed here in these orbs. So, when I was pulling full Valkyrie on my baby account, just for shits and giggles, I pulled an 80 shard drop on Valkyrie on my baby account. I'm hoping, though, that my BlueStacks doesn't know that, and so we can get some decent luck there. We're not going to pull 10 at a time, though, because I want to be curious about, how many shards I'm getting. So let's get this started here as well. We're starting with a blue? with a 10. What? Oh, he's 100 shard unlock, so I have to actually go at least 100 anyways. So I have to get to at least 3-star out of all this. So hopefully I don't get screwed too badly. Otherwise, I'll be out of a lot of cores. I should have enough, though, to even bare minimum unlock. But of course, hey, I'm spending power cores, which means that's going to go towards Party in Paradise. So that's not a bad double whammy for me, actually. But these drops really need to pick up. So, come on. Come on. 3 6s. That's not very good. Ah, fucking green drops. Not really good. What are we at? 42. Yikes. Come on, give us something better. This is why you don't spend money on Marvel Strike Force, because you're going to spend $70 or $80 or whatever to get green drops, and that's not fun. Okay, this is my luck. Oh, a blue 10. Okay, better than 20 plus would be great. Come on. Oh, damn it. I saw the pink and I was like, oh, I wish it wasn't in the middle though. So what are we at now? 72. I said I wanted 130, but I mean, my power core is crap. I'm getting like the bare minimum drops here. This is really shit. 6. Come on, really? More green? So many 6s. 90 shards? I'm honestly shocked at how bad my luck has been. 8, so that's 98. So this is an unlock here. 106, right? I need 24. 4 more shards. That's going to empty out my cores. Oh, fuck. That's what I need to do, though. 112, 18, yeah. Unless we get a good drop. Wow, my cores are being emptied. Oh my god, guys. Everything is gone. Like, these were the shittiest pulls I have ever seen. 132 shards. Okay, we hit it. I spent almost 13,000 cores to get there. This is one of my worst orb opening lucks that I've ever had as far as, you know, the drop chances. We did get them unlocked, though, which is, of course, the goal of today. And there we go. We did get a 5 red, but my core stash is just absolutely emptied. So that's a bit rough. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of a break here. We're going to gear him up. We're going to then talk about Deathlok and his T4s, and we're going to talk about Vision and Iron Man as well before we get to some gameplay. So I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and I've upgraded Deathlok basically as far as I possibly can at this point. So he's at gear tier 15, level 80. I could put a little bit more gear into him, and I'm kind of thinking about it actually to 85 just to get his stats up. Because his power, I'm surprised his power level is under 100,000, but I think that's because he's only 3-star. So I'm going to try and compensate this a little bit. I know that there's a lot of stats, and I want to test them out properly in raids to see how strong he is, and so I am going to put him to 85 actually. I know that I'm not min-maxing my gold for the day, but that's a pretty significant stat increase. That's an extra like 10% maybe or something like that on his health and on his damage, so I think that'll be good. Now as far as what else I've been able to do, I maxed out all his T4s. I've also given him ISO Blue 3 for Raider. I personally think that most of the Bionic Avengers are probably going to be Raider. You don't necessarily need a striker on every team. I have given Vision Skirmisher, though, and we'll take a look at that for just now anyways, because I want to make sure that he lands the things that he needs to, which is his ability blocks, his offense down, and his clearing on his ultimate as well. As far as T4s, we're not going to go over Deathlok's kit, because this will take too long, but I actually think that he does need all the T4s. Almost everything is good. You know, actually, we should probably have started from the passive. But you get 100% extra damage to the most injured enemy when his charge mechanic pops off. And I think that's a lot. Going from 200 to 300%. I think that with the full team that this is going to be popping off quite frequently. He gets charges anytime Bionic Avenger ally gains ability energy. And if you guys know, this is an absolute bonanza. So it should happen fairly frequently. His ultimate gives you 100% extra damage to primary and secondary targets, so it is a semi-AoE attack, kind of, a cleave, and it goes from 50% to always generating ability energy to adjacent Bionic Avenger allies. I'm going to need to be particular about who is placed next to who. I think I kind of want Vision to be getting ability energy because he has that AoE on his ult now that reduces turn bar, and I think that's going to be really good. So I want that to happen more frequently. The T4 for his special also gives offense up for the team for 2 turns instead of 1 turn. So I think this is really important, and it's plus 50% damage AoE. So the buff part I think is going to be quite significant so that it lasts longer. His basic as well basically guarantees extra ability energy when his basic crits. On top of the extra damage, it hits for multiple times. You know, it's like a total of 4 attacks total. So you're getting like 160% damage on the basic, plus the ability energy portion. So really, I think you kind of need everything for Deathlok, unfortunately. As for the other characters, though, you don't. Tony Stark, Iron Man, he needs the passive for sure. So you can see gain 15% crit chance and 20% crit damage, and then he gives 10% more crit chance and crit damage to Bionic Avengers and raids. So I think this is very important. It's just a flat passive buff that you need. Other ones, the ultimate's just damage. I'm sure I'll get this at some point, but it's not a priority at this stage. The special is interesting because it prolongs the duration of all negative effects by 1, and it's more damage AoE, but it already prolongs 3 random negative effects, so I don't know at this stage, with only 3 characters, how many debuffs I'm possibly going to have to extend. At a later stage, I think you'll want this, especially once you get Viv Vision, but right now, I don't think I need this, and the basic is also just damage to secondary targets, not even to the primary targets, so yeah, I don't think that's a big priority. As far as Vision goes, is a little bit more. Now, I already had the basic from previously when I used Vision back in the day, so this adds an extra chain to 2 additional targets, so now it hits up to 3 people instead of up to 2, which it was before, so that's good, and it's guaranteed to do that. It's extra damage. It's not a priority. I already had it. I just wanted to go over it. The passive is something that you're going to want. This allows for apply immunity for 2 turns to self and all Bionic Avengers, so there is no immunity until you get this T4, so you're going to want that. The Solar Beam one, the alt, this is also something. It's 80% damage, which is quite significant for the stat bump for Vision, and it also generates 1 ability energy for all adjacent Bionic Avenger allies. So I'll probably have him like in a middle space as well, but I want to make sure that Deathlok is funneling into him too. For the special, you don't really need it until you get Vision. Which will probably be later on. I don't know, maybe in a couple of weeks' time, but it generates 1 ability energy for her, but she's not out yet, so you don't really need to get this upgrade, and 20% damage is very minor, so you don't really need to get that T4. So I have all of my characters ready to go. Vision's the highest tier because I have him at 6 red. He's Skirmisher ISO, Iron Man is Raider ISO, and Deathlok is Raider ISO. So we're going to take this team and go into Doom Raid 2.2 tech. Again, you probably heard what I said earlier about that, so that's unfortunate. What I do want to let people know is I basically cleared Party in Paradise. I spent so many fucking cores that I managed to get all my goals here. I went from like 55k to 122k. So yay me, I've basically just cleared all of this and I can get those SPCs that I really need. So wow. Maybe I will. I probably won't clear the milestone, but I'll probably get this one here. I doubt I'll get to 180k. I spent so many power cores because it just converts from one power core to 5. I spent, what was that, 13,000 cores, right? This is my entire stock of power cores, basically. I'm fucking broke now. Anyways, we're gonna jump into some Doom Raid tech. Alright everyone, we're back for Doom Tech here, and now I spent a little bit of time deciding on, which characters I wanted to bring in right now, because we only have 3 Bionic Avenger members to test out, and then I have to figure out who is going to be filling those extra 2 slots, and so that was a bit of a struggle for me, and I think that I'm going to be changing it up depending on the node, and I'm thinking for node number 1, honestly, I'm thinking of using Doom here. I think that we're going to be needing a Shuri here as well, and then I think that we're going to be needing Kestrel for node number 2, because you really want to get rid of, Sharon Carter, and the Cap Sam is super annoying, so, and I like being able to sweep out, a ton of enemies with Kestrel special on the 2nd node. As far as the 3rd node, I'm not really sure, but, we have Vision, and so I'm hoping that that works out. Honestly, I'm not sure, and that's what this is here to test. So, I did pre-arrange some save squads that I'm going to be using, and this is what I'm going to be going in with for node number 1. I think for node number 2, I may get rid of Shuri, actually, and then just put in Kestrel instead. Not entirely sure here, because I'm hoping that their damage is very high, but it might not be that way until we actually get to the full team. So this is what I'm doing, and the reason for the placement for these characters for the BA, I have Vision in the middle here between Deathlok and Iron Man, and that's because I want their adjacent ability energy attacks to funnel into Vision, and that's, I think, going to be the best for the moment. I want to funnel more energy into Vision because I want his ultimate to go off more frequently, which does some good AoE damage, but it also reduces turn bar by 30% and strips positive stats effects. So that's kind of my goal there. Whether or not that ends up, going out this way, I don't know. And then Iron Man is just going to do is they're going to do damage, and I'm hoping that with the buffs, I can stagger buffs with Shuri, because I don't have to start with Shuri's special, because Vision has on-spawn defense up to everyone, and then immunity for the Bionic Avenger members. So that's the plan. We'll see if that ends up working out, and we're going to go in and see how it goes. There may be different variations for the moment until the full team comes out. Honestly, I don't know. This is my first time trying it, so I don't know what's going to be the best. I feel like Doom and/or Kestrel needs to be on the list somewhere, but nobody really heals, reliably other than Shuri. So that's kind of why I have her there, and I'm hoping that works out that way. So we're going to go to 3 times because I don't know what the timeout's going to be like. We're not going to start with the special, though. So I don't think I need to do that, but I'm going to just hit here. We're gonna find out. I mean, I don't know how the turn orders are going to go and things like that. So, we're going to get ability block. Somebody's Deathlok. Okay, so I don't know if that's a good idea. Now we're using the basic. So we're forced into this, of course. So if anything crits, then they might get ability energy. I guess 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. And we have this, which applies ability block and to adjacent targets. I don't know if we need this, but, it generates ability energy as well. That's not at full. It doesn't give it to anyone. Maybe I should have done the offense down, actually, and hope it landed on Bishop. But we did clear because we have Skirmisher. So I'm going to use the special here, actually. Actually, I should have done that on Drax, because he's a striker. I forgot. Bit of a misplay here. We're taking a fair bit of damage already, despite having, defense up. We applied defense down with this, but probably onto Surfer, because I really want to get him down. That's a bit of a problem. Are we going to lose anyone, already? Iron Man's taken a fair bit of damage, and he's heal blocked. I think we need... Who is it? Viv Vision that gets rid of heal block? I think that's, part of the problem that we need. And that 2-turn ability block from Surfer really sucks. So we're going to try and push down Vision. I would have been really great if Deathlok actually had his abilities. So we get the turn bar, though, here. And we don't really need to clear anything, but we're going to use it to reduce turn bar. That actually did a lot of damage. And the bleed. Wow, I should have saved that for this next one here. I don't normally time platform on Node 1, but I feel like I'm in a bit of a weird crunch here. So we're going to try and blow things up. And I want to hope that I can do a big AoE and kill almost everyone. And we did a lot of damage. And we're just going to use our basics here, because I want to save some cooldowns. Now, my cooldowns are a bit out of whack. We get 3 turns for Vision, actually, which is really interesting. Maybe I can get my energy back towards my solar beam, but I still need 2 more turns. I don't think I'm getting it back in time. What's interesting about the alt is that it does give it to everyone. All the Bionic Avenger allies. I don't think I need to do this, but I'm thinking of doing it for the ability energy for Vision. So we're going to I'm going to take this down to 1 times. How much damage is this going to do? 545. 545k, that's not bad. He didn't have offense up either. Deathlok got severely ability blocked in that whole match, though, and that really sucks. Now, I think when, if you're running Doom 2, for example, I don't know how this is going to be in Doom 3, but in Doom 2 anyways, when you have the full team, I believe there's ways to cleanse this. I'm almost certain there's a cleanse somewhere, whether it's Hulkbuster or Viv Vision. I don't have the kits memorized at this point. But I believe the Vision also cleanses ability block off of Viv if she happens to get hit by it. So I'm gonna, because I'm kind of cautious here, I'm just gonna heal Deathlok anyways. And you know what? I'm just gonna heal, just for shits and giggles, we're gonna heal them because I can. And I'm gonna take out Doom for Kestrel because we don't have the time platform, so that's a bit of a problem. We're gonna keep Shuri though, and then we're gonna go in like this. And I guess my biggest struggle is, well, what's going to happen here on the second node with Cap Sam? Am I going to get my ass kicked? And so we'll find out. Has it been better? I think that ability block on Deathlok was very unfortunate, because it didn't allow me to get my offense up for the rest of the team, which I would have otherwise. So we're just going to go in here. We need to kill Strange, because otherwise we're going to flip our shit, and I don't like that. So we're going to go over here with Kestrel's special whenever she takes her turn. Deathlok. Yeah, because we're not running this with Lady Deathstrike. Because normally when I run with Lady Deathstrike, I can use the special. So I don't know if we're actually going to kill Strange. No, Capsam... So if you don't have... Oh, that's interesting. If you don't have Lady Deathstrike, then you can't rewind the time on Capsam. And then he goes first. And that's not good at all, actually. So I wonder if I need to maybe replay this. And bring in, instead of Shuri, bring in Lady Deathstrike, I wonder. At this point, it's just, it's decent damage, but I don't think we're going to get through this, no. This is a tricky node. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crash this, and then we're going to pay some cores to go back in and try it again with Lady Deathstrike instead of Shuri. Alright, we're back, so we're gonna have to core. Holy shit, I'm into the 100 cores. I've been spending so many cores and refreshes that apparently mine's really bad. So, for the video, I'm gonna spend even more cores than I already did today, and we're gonna do one more attack on tech, and then we may get to the boss. We'll see how poorly this goes, though. So, we're gonna take Shuri out, and I don't normally do that, because now that leaves me without no healer, and that makes me cautious. But I want the special from both Lady Deathstrike to rewind. I need that for Cap Sam. And then we're... Oh, I didn't mean to... And we're going to be using the special for Kestrel. And do the same thing. And see if we can get through this node or not. And that's really going to say whether or not you can actually use the Bionic Avengers as a threesome right now. Or if it's better to wait and just use what you've been using before until the full team comes out. And I think this very likely is going to roll over into Doom 3 in the sense of whether or not you can use them as 3 characters standalone. Or you really need the full team before to actually make any good use. So let's find out here. So now we can do that. And Lady Deathstrike is quite quick. So we'll be able to do the special here, which is where I normally would do it. Rewinds, yep. So now Cap Sam doesn't take his turn right away. Hopefully I can kill Doctor Strange. The problem is, after the 2 turns here, I'm not going to have any more defense up because I don't have Shuri. So this is a bit of a problem. Now this is a big AoE here. And this is what I want, because it's going to give offense up, right, to the Bionic Avengers. And that did a decent amount of damage, actually, alongside... And we can actually turn rewind now with Vision. Vision's actually a bit of an MVP here with the bleeds. Maybe I should have saved it, but... The offense up damage, yeah, I can totally see this team being like an AoE bonanza. Unfortunately, Cap Sam's still a bit of a dickhead, so we're going to go with the basic here to try and do multiple targets here with the defense down. Gamora didn't bleed out. That's unfortunate. We don't get ability blocked because we have immunity, but Deathlok is, a bit struggling here a little bit. Primary target and adjacent targets, if it's tech, they do more damage. So I really want to maximize more damage though, but I'm going to hit here on Cap Sam. It does a fair bit of... I feel like this is going to be a very AoE heavy team. I just don't know if you probably need the full team to really maximize the value. And, of course we do, right? But I just wanted to see what kind of value maybe I would get out of this beforehand. And so I don't need to use the ability block here. And actually, now that I use that, I realize that I probably don't have it for the boss. And so that's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. My Bionic Avengers are a bit at death's door right now, as it seems. So I don't know if we're going to get... Oh, Iron Man's dead. So I don't know if this is something that you can use as a threesome, right away. You might be able to use Vision standalone, actually. And that would be my next test, is whether or not because Vision's really good. And so if I time it properly, whether or not I could actually... Because I really like his kit, actually. Vision's really strong. I think he is viable standalone, but... As of right now, I don't think that I can get through this, and I'm not going to have what I need, unfortunately, and I'm just doing this because why not, just to test it out. The damages are pretty high. This is a very high, and there goes Vision, actually. This is a very high damage team, but you're going to need the survivability, and you're going to need the support from Viv and Hulkbuster to actually make of any use of this, and that's kind of my first impressions, and I hope we can actually fucking clear this node without dying. Are we actually going to die here? That's going to be really disappointing. Come on. Come on, guys. Am I actually going to lose this? That's disappointing. Come on. I think you know what? This is sad. So we're going to bail out. Oh, we might be able to solo him. I don't know. I'm going to use all my skills. I'm still not going to do it. Oh my god, he killed me at the last moment. Okay, so don't use the threesome right now. I'm going to try next time to use Vision standalone. Maybe we'll have a different experience. Maybe I can record that and see how it works. But we'll be moving on to Doom Raid 3 pretty soon anyways, like tomorrow, because we screwed up the launch. I think if you have the spare power cores to upgrade Deathlok, it definitely will be worth it. I think because he's a month-long character, you want to get him unlocked now, because free-to-play, you're going to be waiting about 3.5 weeks from now before you actually get him unlocked free-to-play, so that's a long time from now, and I would start working on the team as ASAP, really. We have Viv Vision just coming around the corner, probably in a campaign event in less than 2 weeks on the back of Valkyrie's event, so it's going to come quick and fast, and this is a team that you're going to want to build. Despite some of the gameplay that you saw here, Vision is absolutely a monster, and his AoE is insane, and it has bleed damage, and it has turn bar rewind. It's really good. Deathlok is obviously going to be very strong. Some unfortunate ability blocks there, and he's only 3 yellow, 3 red at this time, so he needs a little bit more stats, and he needs the defensive barrier from Hulkbuster and the support from Viv. So I think that's what they really need, but this team is going to work very well, and I'm actually really looking forward to doing more with them in the future. So that's the end of this playtest video, and the polls. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Of course, are you going to be engaging with this team? Probably will, because it's a team for the Death Scourge number 4, so you're going to want to build this team anyways. But yeah, this is this Boilon in a heat storm here. That's why you're not seeing me. It's super exhausting, but not you guys, of course, the heat. And I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll have more to talk about when it comes to patch 6.3. There's lots to talk about. So till then, stay safe and healthy, and yeah, and all that. And I'll see you guys later. Signing out.